Okay, and we are back on the road to a 3 plate bench press. Today we are following one of my accessory days. So this is my second upper body day I do during the week where I don't start with a max effort lift. We're just going straight into volume hypertrophy work. So here we're starting with a neutral grip high incline bench press or high incline shoulder press if you prefer that technology, but either way, we're just back from a shoulder press, so we get some upper chest going, and we're smashing the shoulders and triceps, and we're pairing this one with the seated incline curls yet again. These are a staple for my bicep training. I do these every week along with the preacher curls, but we'll see a lot of these ones as I save my preacher curls from my workouts at the gym, and these are my staple for when I'm at home. We were just able to add 1 rep onto these for each set from last week. So nice stable curl, just smashing the biceps. Got 20.5 kilos in each hand. We did 8, 6, 6 across our 3 sets. Just a good bicep exercise. It's hard to cheat it, even when I'm wriggling my body. The bicep still has to work a ton to get the weight up. Arms get fully straightened out. We fully curl them up. When you're doing these, you just want to watch for your elbows swing forwards, taking tension off the biceps at the top. Now, these presses I absolutely love. I've always been someone whose chest builds quicker than the rest of the body. When I'm doing any sort of press, my chest takes over, particularly my lower chest. So just the majority of my pressing exercises are shoulder presses, are vertical presses, so I can start bringing up my shoulders and triceps to match my chest and to help with my bench press. I absolutely love this variation, as with the angle of the grip, it really saves my shoulders and keeps them feeling healthy, but I'm able to load up a ton of weight by doing a barbell lift. And just diving into another round of curls. Here, I just am doing my biceps before I do my back training on my upper body days, so I can continue to build and develop my biceps, make them a priority. They've been a priority for a while, but I haven't been putting them at the start of my workouts, so I'm excited to see the changes this can make, as this is just the 3rd week with them being put at the start of the workout, following the advice of Bald Omni-Man, Paris Butler, one of my favorite YouTube channels, and just one of the places I go to get quality information and inspiration to keep building and developing my physique and those of my clients. And jumping into our last set of our high incline presses, got 65 on here. The first set we had 72.5. We did 5 reps, all-time PB for that lift, and then we did back downs with 65. So we have a set of 7 and then a set of 5. Backing down, as I knew I wasn't going to get a set of 5 for the following sets after that first set of 72.5. So we dropped it down to 65. Still getting some good quality work, big range of motion, smashing the shoulders and triceps, and even working. So then, this being my hypertrophy day, I did no big heavy single to start off my workout, but as you know, I have to do a conjugate style program. So on my other upper body day, we start off with a heavy single, which I'll show in the footage after this set of bicep curls. So on my earlier day in the week, I did close grip bench press for my bench press variation this week, and I built up to a heavy single with 120 kilos that we'll see next. It wasn't the cleanest rep. The butt did come off the bench a little bit, but the bar did move. So I'll watch that one now. Here it is, 120 up, nice and clean on the way down, and then butt comes up. I want to get that a bit cleaner, but for a close grip press, I'm happy with that. I backed it down to 100 kilos for the set afterwards, and I smashed out a set of 8. This is the first time I've done 8 reps of 100 kilos, so pretty stoked about that. If you chuck that in a 1 rep max calculator, it says you can get about 133. I don't think I'd be doing that at the moment, but it's exciting, it's inspiring, and I'm very happy to see this sort of progress with a closer grip, as I know when I chuck that grip out wider, I'd be able to get a few more reps. I think the next step here is chucking some variations in with straight legs, so I can work on keeping that butt down and just building up the upper body musculature. But back to today's workout, we kept the biceps going. We did alternating, supinating curls, 20.5 kilos again, and these absolutely crushed me. I think we got 10 reps and then 7 and then 5 across the 3 sets. Just absolutely brutal. Really like these ones. Another favourite of Bald Omni-Man, so we just got to chuck them in there, keeping the biceps at the start as they are the priority over back training at the moment. So getting them in there nice and early. Let me know what your favorite bicep curl variation is, so I can start adding a bit of variety to these home workouts. And we paired these ones with the behind the neck presses with the barbell, just getting in some high reps with just 22.5. This one I'm just very slowly building up just to keep it nice on the elbows and shoulders. And we'll see that set here. I did 2 sets of 15 today with 22.5. Feeling very comfortable in that range of motion now that it's my second week doing them. I'm excited to see how these can bring up my shoulders and triceps as we just slowly bring up the weight each week, getting more and more used to this range of motion. Now, I just did 2 sets of these and 3 sets of the biceps, but I think I'll just show you 1 set of each, otherwise just be sitting here for a while watching some just not too exciting accessory work. Now the biceps are cooked, it's time to work on the back. So we had 3 sets of seated cable rows, doing the full stack again. Last week we got 6 reps with it the first time we touched it. Here we got 8 reps, then 6, then 5. Getting pretty good range of motion. They're not my cleanest reps. I was using a little bit of the heave-ho sort of technique, but the back's still getting a good amount of work, especially after those biceps have just been fried. We paired this one with the Smith Machine incline bench press. Nice close grip to keep those triceps and shoulders getting a lot of work. Trying to keep these nice and controlled with a nice soft touch at the bottom. We had 62.5 kilos added to the bar. So this is 2.5 kilos up for the same 2 sets of 8 that we did a fortnight ago. I haven't done too many Smith machines this year, but just looking for another incline chest variation to do at home. I don't have dumbbells that go over 24.5, so I think we're going to make the Smith machine a priority for a few weeks at least. And then we might do some incline barbell presses. Who knows what we would go into next. I'm really excited to see how much I can build up my reps with this weight stack. I don't think I'm going to be training at this home gym for much longer, probably about 3 more months. So while I've got it, while I'm at this place, I'm going to see how strong we can get with this stack of weights. Very exciting stuff. And as you can see, getting a good squeeze between the shoulder blades, slowly letting it out, getting it a good stretch on the back, continuing. And yeah, I just got 2 sets on the Smith machine, as this is my 3rd press, and my chest doesn't really need too much work. We leave it here and we'll get more isolation for the triceps and shoulders. And with my upper body days, mentioned this one last time, but we'll say it again. I do my side delts and my forearms on my lower body day, just as I run out of energy after doing all these presses, all these curls, just chucking in side raises. I wouldn't be giving them my full effort. So we do them on my lower body day where I don't do anywhere near as much volume because lower body isn't anywhere near as much of a priority for me at the moment. So here is that last set of rows. Everything's getting taxed now. Just trying to squeeze out 5 reps at the heavy weight. You can see the effort there. It's a lot of work. And then now we're finally going to get to some tricep work. Today, triceps, they were still feeling a bit smashed from my previous workout in the week where I did dumbbell overhead extensions, which absolutely torched the long head of my triceps. So I just did 4 sets of triceps today, just 2 sets of rope cable push downs. The 90 pounds was feeling very heavy this week. Didn't get as many reps as last week. So I dropped down to 80 pounds for the next set and I only got out 6 there as well. These absolutely cooked me and I paired them with weighted chin-ups. We did 2 sets of 20 kilos on the weighted chin-ups, 6 on the first set here, 5 on the next, and then dropped to body weight for the last as I was getting very taxed and again, back isn't that big priority for me at the moment. We're really focused on bringing up the arms, building up that bench press, and on the lower body days, bringing up that deadlift. Now, given how much soreness and DOMS I got from doing the dumbbell overhead extensions, I think it goes to show how lacking I am in the area of doing overhead tricep work. So I'm going to make more of a priority out of doing tricep exercises with my elbows over my head. So adding in rope cable overhead extensions for my last tricep exercise of the day. Just 2 sets of here after the 2 sets of rope cable push downs. Doing them second as I just want to get my elbows nice and warm before getting into that big stretched position to save those tendons and not mess them up at all. And yeah, not the strongest on these. I have a lot of work to do. So here's the starting point that we've got to build up of. And then here's that last set of pull-ups I did of just my body weight. Once everything's already fried, Just make sure I still get in the back work, although it's already a muscle or an area of muscles that I'm pretty happy with. Want to keep building and never settling, always just trying to work on it, even if it's not that full priority. And then if you don't end the workout with a bit of a flex between doing arms, what are you doing? So here's the end of the workout, just seeing how things are looking.